Hey guys, this is Connor with Conquest HP. I just want to mention quickly that I posted something on Facebook the other day about not stretching an area or a tendon when you have tendinopathy, tendonitis, tendinosis, something like that. It's something that's come up a few times in the recent weeks, so I just wanted to address it on here as well. If you think you might have or you have been diagnosed with Achilles tendonitis or patellar tendonitis or any kind of tendinopathy, you're going to want to avoid taking that tendon into an end range motion, and you definitely don't want to load it there, or you definitely don't want to take it there with load, at least for the first little while after you start having symptoms. So if you do that, the deeper you get into this range of motion, the more compressive force, and it is compressive force that you'll see on the tendon. And that's kind of like the original input that's causing an injury in the first place. So you obviously don't want to recreate that right away. If you do it too soon, if you expose yourself to that too soon, it's easy to overdo it, and all you're really doing is kind of re-injuring yourself over and over and over again. So you have to think about this all the time too. See, things that you might not think of as a stretch are going to feel like a stretch on the tendon. So in my case, I've had patellar tendinopathy before. Even recently, and it was super painful. But if I was sitting like this for any length of time with my knee bent at 90 degrees, shortly thereafter symptoms would get significantly worse. And my temptation would be stretch out the quads, stretch out the tendon, because the stretch reflex feels good. After you've stretched something, you get a little kickback from the stretch reflex. It actually makes it, kind of inoculates it for a little bit. But what I was actually doing, if I were to stretch the quad or the tendon, whatever, if I was stretching that, then I would make it worse shortly thereafter, and then I'd be tempted to stretch it again. You don't want to get into that cycle. The stretching will make it worse right away or shortly thereafter, and then you're going to be tempted to stretch it again and just keep re-injuring it, prolonging your recovery. So what you want to do instead is find out where that tendon is at normal kind of resting length and spend as much time there as you can. So in my case, with a patellar tendinopathy, with my knee bent at 90 degrees, that's not even close to normal resting length. Sitting with my legs straight, putting my foot up on something, or just laying my legs straight out on the floor when I'm sitting was a much better option. It doesn't seem like there's too much stretch going on there, but there is, and it'll accumulate really fast, and if it's going to worsen symptoms, then it's really going to prolong your recovery and make you suffer a little bit more than you have to. So try to avoid the temptation to stretch those tendons if you have been diagnosed with any kind of tendinopathy.